Right, we're live. Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Captain Marek, and this is Captain of Industrial Dev Stream. This time, let's do some contracts and work on self-sustainability that we'll be talking about for a while. So, welcome everyone. I can see again some familiar names in the chat. Welcome. Good evening to the European side. Good morning to the American side. Good night to the everybody else, I guess. Who was in the maybe in Asia or Australia. Maybe it's too late there. Anyhow, so let's do some contracts today. It's a little. It might take a while to establish the right amount of contracts. We need quite a bit of them. Before the stream, I did a little bit of, as usual, a little bit of housework. For example, I've started to mine iron from here because I felt that going down through here was just, unnecessary when I can take a shortcut and actually deliver the iron close to my factory, which is, I think, fairly nice. Even though it took a lot of rock to move, but we have those mega excavators, so no problem moving some dirt around. And we are running out of sand actually, which it might be our first resource that actually kind of soft runs out. I mean, there's more sand on our island, but it's harder and harder to get to. For example, I've been mining here as a little backup, but this one is also not too big. There is one right here, which we can use after that. And I believe there is one more here, which also we have access to. But that's about it. After this, that's all sand on the island. So, well, actually there's this beach, but it's quite annoying to mine. And in fact, I've scheduled designation to just dump everything flat here. I don't really feel like mining that. So, contracts, what's about it? So, for many of you that already been to this stage of the game, you know that you can become self-sustainable by importing everything instead of mining. So basically we have to halt all our mining in order to, be stable forever, kind of. Because mining will eventually run out, even though it may be fairly slow, right? And there's lots of options to do. For some things, lots of options. For some things, not too many options, actually. So, for example, like iron ore, typical thing, right? We need that. We will either have to trade some servers or some vehicle parts. It's up to you to kind of weigh whether 27 servers or 200 vehicle parts would be something to do. And if you hover over the little diamond button icon, it shows you roughly the breakdown. I can tell you that this is not always completely. There might be a little bit things of missing. For example, I think medical parts don't have the poppy that you have to grow on the farms. Stuff like that. Mostly accurate. And looking at these two, I feel that servers need less stuff in general. However, it needs some kind of more high-tech stuff, right? So it needs, for example, silicon. It needs 84 silicon, whereas vehicle parts do not need any silicon, right? So you can kind of compare. It needs lots of iron, though. They need a lot of iron, so they might be kind of, it's a loop. In order to produce 200 parts, you will need like 500, 600 iron probably. Okay. Whereas servers do not need as much. I think it kind of boils down to, and also they need gold. We need to be making gold as well. So there's no clear winner. I think I'm not sure myself which one to choose yet, but we can look at the copper. Copper can be household electronics, lab equipment, and medical supplies. From my current feeling, medical supplies, I would like to avoid growing so much poppy on farms, even though it's kind of free, right? It's just farms. But I feel the poppy yield is quite low. So I would probably be looking into either household appliances or lab equipment tier 2, which might not be too bad. It needs wood, that's for free. Sorry. It needs coal, which can be made out of wood actually. And then quite a bit of copper and iron. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe lab equipment will be better. I wonder what you guys use for contracts for these. One thing I found interesting is there's a bunch of contracts for coal, and I think this cement contract for coal is fantastic. However, I also think we can make coal ourselves. Because then I'm looking at the coal for quartz, and quartz is basically sand. You can crush quartz into sand, I believe it's 1-to-1. Maybe we can start with that. Make coal in a quartz. And I was kind of playing some time ago with the idea of making coal out of wood and seeing if that's viable at all. I've penciled this in regardless of whether we're going to use the contract or not, because I think that, first of all, I've made this a huge conveyor belt. Last time I was talking about relieving logistics and building long conveyor belts, and I think building those conveyor belts on stream is not as interesting, so I did that off stream. So basically, long conveyor belt all the way here, where we use the wood for our household goods. So that was just relief logistics, because I've noticing lots of trucks were hauling wood around, which I wanted to avoid. Our logistics is still extremely busy, which we still need to do probably more conveyor belts. I wish I had trains, alright? Well, maybe in a couple of months, that's going to be the reality. I've also piped hydrogen the other way around. I believe I was replacing cars slowly, and you can see we now all have diesel. Sorry, diesel's gone. All hydrogen. No diesel cars. So in fact, our diesel consumption is, I believe, at 0 probably, except the little extra cracking we do for naphtha. Right, we do crack diesel into naphtha for our plastic production. Sorry, not plastic, rubber. Well, for rubber and plastic, I believe. Right. So that's the thing. So I'm not sure if we're gonna have extra diesel, or for now I've paused all the diesel ships. I've paused all the oil rigs on the map. We're barely mined down this one. There is this one nearly full, halfway I guess. There's this one completely empty. But there's one more. No, I thought we had, yes, this one, which is also empty. Yeah. So I paused it, and the reason I could pause, we have this long pipe going to our crater, and that's our diesel source having 200,000 left, and I think that's plenty for now. We might not even be able to mine this unless we do some contracts with diesel, obviously. So yeah, let me try to start with the wood. And the only disadvantage about wood is that it produces pollution, right? And pollution you cannot get rid of completely. You can eliminate some with the scrubbing, but you can't completely nullify it. However, looking at my pollution statistics, in fact, air pollution is the only pollution I'm having right now, which is significant. I think we can pollute a little bit more. It's not that we cannot. It would be perhaps nice to eliminate as much pollution as we can, but I wouldn't probably sweat about a little bit of more pollution. We'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind after I see the numbers. What I've done here, very simple setup. Wood into coal. Coal gets stored. Exhaust gets scrubbed. And extra CO2 gets processed into graphite. So the only excess is this little air pollution from the scrubber. Let's build that and see how that works. Maybe I can even Unity build that, since we have all the Unity in the world. Hello, Governor. You are not too late. I've just started 10 minutes ago. So this is just giving a little introduction about the contracts. I'm sure you're familiar with that. I was kind of explaining what contract to choose. So I'm not sure how many of these I will need, or probably more than 2, right? So maybe I can start with 6 or some kind of a reasonable amount. Again, I made it tileable, right? So it's very easy to scale at this stage. Eventually we might need an extra scrubber, but that would probably take a while. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That would take a 30 of these, so no problem there. And this one also takes 2 of these. Yeah, so I think we will not need any more than that. So it's fairly easy. So now I could be a little worried about running out of wood or samplings. So here I will set up alert, notify if less than 75%. As you can see, I've also done some conveyor belts here. I built the storage a little bit closer to the center of the forest so that trucks from tree harvesters have a shorter distance to go. And thanks to that, I have assigned only 2 trucks per harvester. Before we had 3 or 4 trucks. So I'm really trying to repurpose trucks to use, don't waste too many trucks on wood. However, now we have extra consumption. So I need to be careful about that. And here I'll do the same. Alert, notify if less than 75%. So we know if our wood is the problem. I've made a few storages here and there to kind of make sure the trucks don't need to travel too far. And same with saplings, I believe. Yes, I'm putting saplings here so that the tree planters can pick them up. All right, let's see. This scrubber needs steam, and I will probably just ditch it. There's such a little small amount of steam. It's not worth it. At least I think. It is 24, and I'm never gonna have 24 unless I have 30 of the coal guys, so it's fine. Whole truck is trying to reach somewhere. Where are you trying to reach, whole truck? Oh, here. All right. Well, let's not. I guess there's not enough acid here, which is interesting, which means there's not enough sulfur, which is, oh, that's actually a little concerning because these are medical. Oh, we are out of medical. Oh, that's very concerning. I need to make this P4. Yeah, because I was importing sulfur here under P9. The import is coming from here, which is a little bit of extra sulfur from scrubbing. Yeah, we are low on sulfur. We are extremely low on sulfur since we stopped processing diesel. So all the sulfur from diesel is now dry and gone, which is an interesting problem. We might need to either import sulfur or have a contract. Is there a contract? I believe there's no contract for sulfur, but there's contract for sour water, which is not that bad because slag we need to get rid of anyway. So actually importing slag for sour water seems to be something we could do right now even. Let's do it right now. I think I have a bunch of docks kind of pre-planned here. I was just trying to see how they fit. I could do bigger docks, but I don't think I need to, honestly. This slag to sour water is kind of 2-to-1. I have my 4-module ship. Yeah, the thing is, bigger ships take so much more coast space, and I'm not expecting to have too much slag, honestly. So I think it's all right. Right, Governor is saying in the chat that those quantities in contracts, they are not necessarily per 60 because the ship needs to spend time loading and unloading and traveling and all that jazz. So yeah, that's I guess imprecision on our end. We can maybe improve upon that to take it into account. And even if I make this lower, I don't think I'm gonna have that much slag. I'm not sure. I wonder if I should just make the ships longer then, and because the ships, it doesn't matter how big they are still the same ship. So if I can make a big ship, I guess we're rich. Well, the coastal size, I guess the coastal space is the only thing that I'm concerned about. Because that's, if I want to make another one, I probably wouldn't be able to fit. Yep. Well, I can move these guys a little bit here, I think. This last block, so that's alright. Yeah, so I can have this, and I can use slag into sour water. And the reason I'm building it here is that sour water is right there. I would like to keep the oil just in case you want to import crude oil, which we could in the future, and we have some oil rigs, so I don't want to, repurpose this just now. So yeah, the slag and water is roughly 2:1, so I can do like a 5:3, probably closest ratio, sour water to slag. That would be 5 loose modules. And the thing is, I can also build the lower tier modules for now and upgrade them for better throughput later. So I don't think I'm gonna need the throughput now. And then sour water would be fluid module. Like that. This is, by the way, a little bug, visual bug when we build this supposed to be a ghost, but it is not a ghost. And if you reload the game, it becomes a ghost actually. So there's a little glitch there. Hopefully, we can be fixed in the next update. Just visual though, nothing game related. All right. So we will need a big bucket, or maybe more than one, multiple buckets of slag, which I can probably build right here. Be 2 of them. Now import with lower priority, maybe priority 13. So anything in the factory will get first fulfilled, and then this. I was just curious, is my slag overflowing? Let's see. It is not even. I might not be producing too much slag, honestly. I'm just thinking about it. Well, maybe once we start producing a bunch of parts, this whole steel production will ramp up. So maybe at that point. I think currently I don't have any extra slag, in fact. This isn't even full. Very interesting. Interesting indeed. Well, anyhow, let's do the ship anyway. And maybe as things ramp up, we will have more. Build a few conveyor belts. Very simple setup. And here, in fact, this is our sour water, isn't it? Is it that easy? I think it's that easy. It's that easy. Wow, okay. That's fantastic. And this will be upgraded. I'll just make it tier. I guess 2 for now is fine. Can make it a tier 3 to match. To make it the emptying of the ship fast. What we could also do would make some kind of temporary Well, actually, it's not that easy. I'm just thinking about it because we probably want to prioritize the refinery, right? Yeah, it's not that easy. Okay, never mind. I think we definitely want to prioritize the refinery. In case the refinery gets going again, we cannot block it with the contract. The contract is only extra. It's gonna be future-proof. It's gonna be priority from here. In such case, I will build another storage. I guess this one. And I think here's okay. We will not need too many more cement, hopefully. Hopefully not. Okay. Here's fine. Just like that. And then now here we can take a tier 3 pipe and go all the way here, somewhere here. Yep. All right. And I guess we can unity build this without too much issues. We have plenty of unity. I have a great, 11 unity per month. Wow, that's a lot of income. Yeah, I have fully saturated settlement with everything I need. However, we will need unity for the contracts for sure. Do we even have ships? I don't even think we have ships. We might need to buy more ships. All right, let's see. All right, so for contracts, you go to contract menu. You select, I can see how much the 8 module ship, which is just the cost you can see. I can establish Slag to sour water. And now here, I should be able to pick this contract. That assigns it to all of them. Not sure if the ratios are right. It's probably all right. Maybe we can... I think 4 to 4 wouldn't be right. We have more Slag to sour water, so... This is the closest we can get, I guess. And fuel. Very important. We need... I will use hydrogen probably. This is our backup diesel for future. Are there any hydrogen pipes nearby? I think this is the closest hydrogen I can get to. That's the main hydrogen supply. The main supply line from our FBR, I believe. Is it? Oh, it's actually from far. Okay. So maybe we can make another pipe going straight here. They will make... Oh, there's actually already this one. Let's use it. Yes, I would like to use this one. And hopefully go here. Cargo ship low on fuel. That's all right. Oops, I did something crazy here. What happened? Oh, I connected to the storage accidentally. All right. Let me actually quickly switch the fuel before we can reduce fuel and we can switch the fuel into hydrogen. Yes. Because they're already starting to putting diesel in by trucks, which I didn't want to. All right. So let's continue the hydrogen pipe here. In fact, it's the wrong direction, isn't it? Yep. Let's flip it. Just press F key. Very easy to flip. We can go a little higher here. Oh, there's another ramp in our way. Should be probably doable. Maybe not. All right, so we can take this one then. Just remove snapping for now. Yeah, this one is fine. You can just use this lane. Oh yeah, this is a great spot. And here we are going all the way there. So actually maybe we can go where the water is. Might be easiest. Below the water perhaps? I'm not sure. Or above the water? Yeah, this is a great location for a hydrogen, or kind of main line. You might need it for multiple times. So I'm just gonna put it above the water. All the way. Just leave it here for now. And here, I believe just tier 1 pipe should be sufficient. We will definitely need a ramp. Which I'll do right away. And our pipe is right there. I need to enable snapping again. There you go. Need to build. Oh, that's actually... Oh, no, one more. Now we ended our last episode removing all the old nuclear power plants, so there's lots of free space now. We could also significantly scale down on this, but I feel I just pause it for now. I don't really need space, so there's no need for deleting everything. All right. This should work. We just now wait for... How's our sulfur here? I think we're out of medical parts actually. Let me check our settlement. It's a little scary. Still something in settlement. Oh yeah, we are now full on sulfur. That's great. I think our wood actually helps a little bit with the sulfur, right? Because, yeah, actually. We can get rid of sulfur. And our coal is actually doing very well. How is our pollution doing? Okay. Okay, you can see a little jump in air pollution. Maybe even double. Even double maybe. Yeah, we went from -6 to -10. But we still are very much in positive, so I think that's all right. That's all right. Which means we can probably pause our coal mines. Where's this coal belt go? I'll figure that out later. But our coal mine, I think there's only one excavator there. Yeah, waiting for potential coal need. So eventually I probably have to belt the coal all the way here from there. So that could probably be done off stream. And our logistics is stable for first time forever, which is nice to see. So, well, yeah, this ship will take a while because we need to start producing stuff for the slag to accumulate, I think. All right. How's our wood doing? Okay, wood is going a little bit down. This This one might need faster. Oh, it's with tier 3 belt. Okay. It's alright. I think our wood is doing just fine. Yeah. Right, so I think it's time to do a second contract, which I think I would like to have the quartz for coal. Because we need sand. Before that, I'll just briefly get a pause. I need to hit a restroom, so please stay tuned. I'll be right back. Oops, I just wanted to put a wheel back soon sign. Yep, I'll be right back. Right. Somebody's here. Not everyone left. All right. All right. Let's get to do more contracts. I think we definitely need the quartz to sand. Sorry, coal to quartz. Quartz to sand from that. I'll try with the coal and see how that goes. If that requires too much coal. Now, I think putting it down here doesn't make sense. Or too much sense. I would like to put it closer to our coal production, which, I mean, that's here. Not exactly any coastal area. It's like the least coastal area on the entire island. Could be here. Could be here. Yeah, I'm making lots of, I guess, this sand mine. There's lots of rock. Excess rock, which I'm already filling up slowly to reclaim the land. I think here would be, any area is good as any other. I feel like we can just belt everything through at this point. Sand, the biggest consumer of sand actually is here. It is our electronics, which is silicon. That's the biggest sand consumer. So having sand right here makes sense to me. So let's do that. I can use the biggest cargo depot again. Do I build it up here? Oh, I could even. Interesting. I guess why not? Actually, Captain Boba showed up. While I was away, she sneakily came in. What a sneaky cat. Can turn on the camera, perhaps. Oop, there she is. Hello, Boba. All right. So for coal to quartz, it's actually 1-to-1. So that's easy. We just need 4 coal into 4 quartz. That's all going to be all loose modules. By the way, you can hold shift when building to kind of build multiple at once. I'm sure you know that. For those who don't, now you do. And we will need a bunch of storages here. Can I fit them here? No. Okay, let's do it across the street. That's all right. Coal to quartz. I guess I can do it this way, right? This will be coal. This will be quartz. For those of you who are wondering why are we dealing with quartz when we could have just called it sand, well, before that, if you remember, we were actually using quartz to make silicon, strictly quartz. Well, now we declared our sand to be a quartz sand, so we're using sand, but the quartz remained. So it's a little, little win from the past, where we actually use quartz as a main resource for electronics. So eventually this might change, obviously. We are in early access. But just so we know that the quartz there is not just to be able to say we have over 250 products or 150 products. This is just a legacy. Our legacy, basically, yeah. It's gonna be coal here. So coal to quartz. And I think quartz is not useful to anything, so maybe I can just put crushers and put sand directly. Yes, crusher large. Alright, doesn't fit here. Oh, doesn't. I would like at least 2 of them. Or we can just swap the. Okay, maybe we can just do a little swipperoo. Put this one here. Flip everything. This is going to be the input of coal. And quartz will come in here. And the reason I've done this all switcheroo is to be able to put crushers. Maybe then we can put sand somewhere here. Maybe 2 of them should be enough. In the worst case, we can always expand. And oh, wait a second. It is not that easy. I remembered incorrectly. It needs double stage. So we need quartz into crushed quartz, and then need crushed quartz into sand. Oh man. So we will need way more than that. 48, 144. Is that 3 times? Yeah, that is 3 times. All right, let me quickly check. All right, according to our recipe book, quartz is not used for anything else, which I thought, so I just want to confirm. In that case, how about we don't even store that? Just directly crush it. Then in the second stage, we directly crush it to sand. And then store it. The storage can be fitted here. Oh my god, barely. I'm not sure that's worth it though. Not worth it. I call it not worth it. I'll put it right here. We might need to go a little high here. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, it might not be fine because now I cannot connect here. Okay, one more time. Need a little flat part here so that I can combine all of these. Right. Just like, oh, just like that is sad. Yep, that's fine. And a bit of a ramp. Rotate a few times for good measures. And yeah. Now, for the coal, I would like to import, however, at very low, again, very low priority. And then we can belt it. In fact, we can use this to kind of finish mining our coal around the island to kind of get free sand. Basically change sand into coal 1-to-1, right? Basically, or coal mine now turned into sand mines. That's nice. That's a little nice side effect. Then sand. We can use the... Yeah, we can definitely then distribute it. All right. You need to build everything. Establish coal into quartz contract. Sign coal into quartz. Now here we have to assign, this is coal, I believe. And this will be quartz. We have to decide. In previous case, it was all clear which one is which. Now we have to tell the dock which one is which. Do we have a ship? We might not have a ship. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we should have one more ship right here. 4. All right. And hydrogen fuel, which is right here. Very convenient. No, that was a mistake. No snapping, please. Disable snapping. Disable snapping with R shortcut, very, very handy. I use it all the time to kind of build pipes on top of each other without Snapping. Very handy. All right. Well, now we need to go. I guess we can just do this. Not a big problem. Yep, just like that. Right, trucks are already delivering some coal. Eventually we need to do the conveyor belts for sure, but now we'll just leave trucks to do the job. The ship is coming. We will make it slow and change it to hydrogen. It's gonna eventually change once it leaves. And now it's loading coal. All right. Oh, lots of trucks coming in. We have lots of idle haul trucks actually, which is nice. Yeah, I put a tier 1 modules which have slow throughput, because I don't think we need throughput right now. This is a big ship, so if we ever need throughput, just upgrade. That's the easiest thing to do. All right, let's go through our warnings. We are a little bit low of acid here. Okay, I guess it's sulfur. Oh, I see. It's also gonna be 5. Sulfur is our problem, actually. Oh, saplings are now a problem as well. Interesting. Maybe boosting the fertility to 100% now. And I think I would like to... Yeah, I would like to belt. Extra saplings from the other farm. Maybe, yeah, perfect. Can just slip through. Because this farm surely has much smaller audience of tree planters. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, okay. The tree planters are really cutting down some trees now. Some extra saplings from second farm. It's perfect. Yeah, we are running out of saplings, running out of wood. Actually, this wood is not that interesting to me. This wood is more interesting. This one has no designations. All right. So, how deep? Nah, not too deep. I guess we can mine a little bit extra sand here. Let me send this excavator right here. Do a little bit of mining. Maybe 5 deep. Gonna get some extra sand. Get some extra sand out of this. This one I think I have tortured quite extensively. So there is... And the sand goes deeper and deeper, but I think it's less and less worth it. So I'm just gonna maybe switch to coal right now. Actually, coal means sand. Thanks to our ship that already departed. Oh, it's actually just returning with coal. Look at that. This is gonna be our first Oh wait, it's returning with coal. That is. Oh, it was just changing the fuel. Yeah, this little thing. If you change the fuel, it's going to depart and return, even if it's full. Now it's going to the coal delivery. All right, and now we have. Oh, there's designations here also are mined out. So interestingly enough, there's a bunch of coal here as well. In fact, lots of coal. Like lots of coal. There's lots of coal in here. We could just kind of casually keep mining it, I feel. It's doesn't really hurt. Except I want to preserve this path up. I do not want it to collapse. At no circumstance. Yeah, this is going to be tough to place. I could place it by mining one more designation here. Which might be worth it actually. However, I'm risking that the landslide will collapse this pipe, which I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. Because this is pretty tall. Landslides are... Actually, pipe can be underground, right? Well, that's fine then. Let's see if excavators can dig through the pipe somehow. Some of them are already departing. Alright, some full storage is here. Yeah, full storage of canola. And in fact, canola is blocking our food processing, which is not too good. And since I no longer do biodiesel, there's no... I really have to cut down on canola production, I think. Maybe do more wheat instead of canola. I don't even need wheat actually. I don't even need anything. Sugarcane. Alright, so maybe instead of... I can do always poppy, that's always good. And then let's see if there's any canola with corn. Alright, I can do sugarcane here. Ultimate farm, doesn't matter which belt is on what, you can just, farm anything you want and it's get kind of sorted out. So that works quite fine. Alright, what is our quartz? Yes, our first delivery of quartz is coming in. Beautiful. That will be crushed into crushed quartz, which will be crushed into sand. And then I can definitely make sand delivery right here. Because this one needs it the most. And our sand mines are not keeping up. They're mining mostly rock at this point. Mostly rock. And our new guy, yeah, he's gonna be slow. He can't even reach. Is that a thing? I think he might need a too wide ramp to be properly able to mine. It's too fat. He needs a 5 tiles width, and the designation is only 4, so he definitely needs a too wide. All right, our first sand is coming in. Fantastic. Now I think our coal, I can certainly... This coal is for... Yes. For arc furnaces. I can make a little... little priority here, I think. And the priority can go, you know, to the storage. And anything else, any leftovers, can get transported into coal delivery, coal contract. Save on some truck trips. Except there's this. Can I make another bridge maybe? That doesn't fit really. Oh, maybe bigger bridge then. Yeah. Yeah, these little pipes are a little bit in the way. I think this water pipe especially. Yep. Just like that. And the water will find its way. I'm not worried. Now the only thing, one thing I would like to make sure that the trucks are not draining too much coal from the system. However, I think there's nothing to drain to. The only coal that is really necessary is this storage is now prioritized. Now I do not want, well, I guess I could be also, there's no import here anyway. All right. Well, in fact, these guys, the export routes can now go to our newly built. In fact, this is enough, the one behind. Get rid of coal this way. In fact, I probably prefer that. I do not want this one. Yes. I think tier 1 will be enough for now. Slowly trickling in. Maybe not. Let's upgrade it. Tier 2, triple the speed. Yeah, so we can slowly keep just mining the rest of coal here. And then just retiring the mine. Can probably start. The thing is, I cannot start dumping it in because there's this access road. So this little eyesore hole has to stay for a while. All right. You guys are full of stuff. Yeah, my farm is a little stuck on everything because of the canola. So with this little trick, I can destroy some of the canola in the pipes. This canola is considered a waste, so it can be destroyed immediately. Similar to water and stuff like that. So destroying some canola this way is the easiest. You can also burn it. Can I flare it? Canola, I guess it's cooking oil. cannot burn it easily. Which maybe there should be a better way how to get rid of it. Well, maybe something for expansion. Having an extra recipe for... Let me note that down before I forget. Sometimes I like to note down things that I sometimes forget to what I was talking about in stream. So I have my huge doc of my feedback, and I would like to say consider adding ability to burning cooking oil. And that's it. Once we are done with trains and done with our UIs rework, we can go through all those little notes and try to address them. Yeah, too much rock. This gold is doing just fine. Oh, actually, it's not doing just fine at all. Oh my god, we're out of gold. I was about to say everything is fine. It is not. It is not fine because we are low on something, and something would be sulfur. Interesting. So sulfur is blocking our gold, our medical supplies, and our copper. Interesting. Well, the sulfur might be a bigger problem than I thought. How is our copper doing? Yeah, copper isn't doing too well either. Oh. Alright. Well, we might need some imminent solution. Oh, we are getting a little bit of slag. Yeah, we're filling up a little bit, which is great. This slag? No, it's coal. Why do we need coal here? Question. Oh, we are making graphite. Okay, that's fair. All right, so I think before the stream I prepared a little guide. What do we need to kind of do to be self-sustainable? And I think we can probably tick a few things away. Is there any tick? Maybe a thumbs up. Maybe exit. Coal is done, and slag is done. Now we need iron, copper, limestone, and gold. And uranium. Uranium, we're not gonna need for a while. Our fast redirectors are so cost efficient. I kind of penciled in the second one. Looking at the generators. Oh, okay, we are using everything except the last block. So maybe... Well, actually, building this might require so many construction parts. We'd actually get things moving and start producing more slag, which will give us more sour water, which will give us more sulfur. Maybe that's what I need to do. We have lots of construction parts just for looks. Yeah, we can totally build this whole thing. Should I just build it? Maybe just half? Maybe just half. I wonder if I can do this and this. See what happens. Fertilizer, no problem. Rock, no problem. Canola, no problem. Rubber, also low on because of sulfur. Saplings, still low. It's mostly okay. Couldn't store. Yeah, we are all overflowing due to canola. Canola, please. Don't block my farms. Trucks are trying to reach something. Temporarily. Yeah, sulfur is a problem. I wonder, I have a sulfur mine actually. If I look at the world map, there is a sulfur mine, but it's finite, I believe. Which one is it? Uranium? Here. Oh, it is not finite, it's infinite, is it? Am I... Some mines are finite, some mines are not. I'm not exactly remembering. Alright, so if it's finite, there's a reserve status. But this sulfur mine is actually not. It seems to be infinite. So maybe we just build a... Just import the sulfur, right? Is that easy? That's it? Just little sulfur import chip. That would be the simple solution to our problems. Yeah, let's do that. Now, we need one more ship. And in order to get ship, we can buy it from settlement, I believe. There's one expensive settlement that's selling ships. Where is the settlement? Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. You can buy ships for 600 construction parts 3. Which is pretty neat. I should have actually go to quick trade offers and found it here perhaps. Oh, it's not here in fact. Oh, it is. It is here, right here. I was a little blind. All right, so let's just do import sulfur. We are suffering with sulfur completely, you know, it's not necessary to suffer. We can simply import. I wonder if I need this code for anything else refinery related. Because sulfur can be imported anywhere really. I do not need refinery to be close by. Maybe here? I might not even need that much. Just thinking if I can squeeze 2 in theory. Not really. I can't. In that case, I don't really care much about the size. Let's turn on the mine. I believe I repaired it long time ago, but I never used it. Well, now I'm using it. And simply make a storage sulfur. Now it might be a little tricky to kind of make this sulfur supply kind of least important, so that if anything else have sulfur, we should use that instead. And then it's going to be the last resort sulfur source. We have to be careful with balancing it out. I'm trying to build it close to the road because trucks might need to pick it up, which maybe, just maybe, I can do it this way and reconnect. Yeah, I just want to make it a little nicer here, since this was unnecessarily complicated. Then our fertilizer coming in here. Oh no. Snapping. Oh, you're snapping. Cancel snapping. All right. We can simply enable snapping again. Make tier 3 conveyor belt, doesn't matter. Oh, not this one. It was a little immature. And that's that. And that's sulfur. Let's build this. Let's go to trade. Let's build a ship. That was easy. Hydrogen. Well, you wouldn't believe it. It's right here. Hydrogen is done. Assign import of sulfur. All of them will be sulfur importing. It's gonna take a while. It's a lot of materials to construct. All right. It would be sulfur. Maybe I can tick sulfur. I didn't even have sulfur here, interestingly enough. Which maybe I should, right? Iron, copper, lime, gold, uranium. All right, let's do sulfur. I know you guys already mentioned that it would be great to have some kind of a tool to just type it on the keyboard and do it, and I agree. That'd be great if we can add that probably. Doesn't sound as hard stuff to do. Oh, I'm also missing quartz. Huh. Yeah, basically a sand, right? Maybe I can move this waste a little bit lower. That's right. Maybe I can, yeah, definitely. I should put the sand, which is basically quartz. Number 8. Sand is faster to type, less letter. And we can check that as well. Well, that's not bad actually. That's not that bad. We are just missing. Uranium is kind of. I'm not sure if I can put some kind of a little question mark. I don't know. It's really very low priority. I think I can last thousands of years, even more, tens of thousands of years from my current supply. But we need definitely iron, copper is the biggest. And they have the largest volume as well. All right, ship is here. Oh. Yeah, change into hydrogen, please. And you can reduce as well. We don't need big throughput in those ships. Yeah, I think our sand ship is doing a great job. Lots of sand. And I believe our sour water ship just arriving. Look at that. Yeah, we could have even have less sour water compartment, but I think if you add one more slag instead of that, it wouldn't fit anyway. So it's just not a good ratio for this ship. That's alright. And that should give us basically more sulfur and ammonia. It's gonna sulfur and ammonia for free by importing sour water, and we can get rid of slag, which normally would have to dump, which is just better to export it. Oh, that's fantastic. And we can reuse some of our buildings, otherwise they would just, not do anything. Now we can use them to do some useful work, have the people provide some value. So our hydrogen is filling up. All right. Yeah, tier 1 pipe will take a while, but there's no rush. And given this all extra hydrogen, how are we doing on hydrogen? Still full. Well, that's amazing. I was kind of thinking eventually we'll have to double this up like this to make more hydrogen. But for now, it seems to be doing well. And by the way, talking about that, it's all constructed, even without me knowing. That's amazing. Suddenly, once logistics is not busy, everything just works like a clock. Now, do I have everything I need? Does this guy have water? Yes. Steam will go here. Yes. And the condensed water will go where? Nowhere. Oh no, here. There's a little pipe right there. Go back, and it's prioritized. Yes, it is. Well, maybe we can start at power level number 1 and see if everything's working well. Also, I wanted to... These are P10. These are all P10s. No, I'm looking at the electricity production. It's P8. It's P9. I'm gonna stagger them. P10. I'm gonna have them automatically distributed. 10, 9, 11, 12. It's all 12, then this is going to be 13. I think I'm around priorities quickly. 14, yes, I am. And it's going to be all 15 then. Maybe we can add more priorities. What? 100 of them. The more the better. Uh-oh, there is... Oh, I see I'm missing a little bit of here. A little piping got lost. Maybe when I was copy-pasting. That's what happens. Alright. Should be this. I'm curious about the reprocessing. The reprocessing needs to work to properly process the used core. just going in here. And then that would... Yeah, I'm piping all the core to like a main hub. In case the reactors ever fail and I need to restart them, so I have a primary point of all the core fuel coming in. I think it's fine. Let's do just 4x and enable automatic regulation. That should be a wonderful power backup. Yeah, in fact, we are not even using it yet. It's spinning up the flywheels. That's why I have flywheels to kind of have little... Even though they're strictly not necessary, but at least a few of them is good to avoid any blackouts from intermittent power on and off. Because the reactor, when it's regulating, it's sometimes a little behind the curve, right? So sometimes you might have a little bit of a steam deficit. So for that, the flywheels will hold up. Or if something fails, and I'm not sure, you run out of uranium or something, the flywheels can get you a couple of months without power, without steam. The FBRs are a little dangerous because if you run out of power, let's say if they all shut down, then in order to restart them, you might need lots of power and computing to have them restarted. And that might be tough. That's the only reason I'm keeping my old coal power plant, because without this, restarting would be a real pain. I still want to do the diesel instead. It's much easier, much simpler, much smaller footprint, just to do a bunch of diesel generators. Easier to scale. They just take diesel. That's it. Yeah, I guess never needed it. Those smokestacks, or the cooling towers, in fact, not the smokestacks, are a nice way of indicating kind of how much power we are using, because it's like the priorities go higher and higher for, so you can see it's like a nice progress bar. Yeah, this reactor is actually being, it cannot go below 1, so it's being emergency cooled down. So I will put one of these to be P3. Always use at least one set of turbines for power, and I think I should do the same. This one is fine, yeah. This one should, at least one block should always run to not waste any power. Yeah, it's good. You can see this by emergency cooling. Whenever that is steaming, there is some issue, potential issue. And the same thing I can do for this, which would be maybe P4. This copy pasting of settings, by the way, I use a V shortcut, very very handy. Just press V and copy paste a bunch of settings. All right. Now this no longer needs an alert. When there's low on coal, that's totally fine. No longer care about that. Rubber. Oh, look at that. We have plenty of sulfur now. I wonder why is that? Maybe because we imported sulfur already? Yes, we did. Except we are missing... Oh. There's no connectors. How did that happen? Oh. Am I missing something? Oh, it's I see. I'm missing a little bit that those guys are in-out port, so I cannot connect connector directly. I have to do, in fact, I have to do it this way. And here, can do it simply this way. All right, this is just an extra sulfur that can be transported. Now, do I have like a priority? Yeah, the priority system is not very well done here because now trucks will just grab the sulfur, transport it here. That can actually clog up, for example, the star water. Oh, here is actually one priority. It's a little far. I wonder what's the best course of action. I guess putting belt there. I think that's not. Oh, this hydrogen pipe is blocking all my. My ports. Let's just put the belt there. I wonder if I can go through this maze. We already have sulfur here already. But I wonder we can make the priorities work. I'm a little concerned. Let me try. So we have input priority from here. Maybe this one is not necessary. Then we have not input priority here. In theory, this could clog up this scrubber. If there's enough sulfur coming from other side. Yeah, that's not good. That's not ideal. Because this sulfur is for tofu. That's using very little. So unfortunately this will not work. I think. And in fact the other conveyor belt was necessary in case this was not producing anything. So the tofu will have some sulfur. Oh dear. I think my best way of dealing with this is to, yeah, it's just to put the belt all the way there. And there is not, gonna do anything smarter than that, I think. This is a little tricky. I will hope my, oh yeah, I can do, it's not pretty. But now my sulfur, it'll actually fill up the storage as well. And I think I will need one more priority here. And that's just in case the scrubber is not providing enough sulfur. I have to supply some extra this way. So if there's not enough, it's going to come from here. If there's too much, it's going to go back here. Now, this is probably gonna work. Okay. Canola is still full, but no longer blocking our conveyor belts, which is nice. All right. Oop, we are officially low on wood. That is now, I guess, a new reality. I think we need more tree harvesters, which means we need more, potentially more planters. And we need more trucks. So I've seen we have lots of... These guys wants to go somewhere. Okay. Don't worry about this guy. With a big heart, I have to say we have to retire at least 3 of our mega trucks. It's gonna be 1 tree harvester, 1 planter, and 1 normal truck perhaps. We will need a tree harvester, oh, large tree harvester, I'm sorry. Large tree harvester, tree planter, and normal truck. And actually cancel that. I want all hydrogen. Yeah, sun is doing well. Sulfur will slowly trickle in whenever we have enough on the world map. I don't think we need too many sulfur, just a little bit extra. It's nice to have. My only concern now with the priorities is that you know, the sulfur here, when it's full, completely full, and sulfur here. Where is it? Here. It's completely full. This storage will be also full, which tells me that there's not nowhere to import, which again tells me that my priority is not right. Should not do priority on the input but on the output. Yeah, it's a little tricky here, a little tricky situation, and especially tricky because I don't have much space to work with to make it work right. Because I do need to import from various places. So this belt we just built is not perfect. It's gonna eventually clog up potentially. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I will make space by destroying this one. If we need more, we will put it here. And here, now there's space for a little bit of sulfur routing. Sulfur routing place. So this is our import. Sulfur import. Here will be sulfur from storage, which has to have priority. I hope I can... Little crazy belt work here. This one is fine, so this will be prioritized. Now the output. All right, this one can go. This one can go. And in fact, we can probably do this. One more, I think, to make it a little nicer. No, okay, I wanted to do it this way. Oh, there's this pipe, I see. So I can't make it even nicer. It's alright. That is fine. And make a concrete surface here. There. So now, to recap, I prioritize input from the storage. Now this one doesn't even need any prioritization. And the storage is input from our sour water stripping and from all other storages around the island that has excess sulfur, which is all our exhaust stripping, for example. So that's prioritized. And if that's not enough, we will supply extra sulfur from the import, which is this conveyor belt. To make sure I can make this even tier 2 conveyor belt, to make sure that the priority is, we have 2 output belts, so to make sure they're both saturated in case we have plenty here. Yep, now I'm a little happier about this whole sulfur situation. And why is this water here? What is this, what's the purpose here? That is, it's just like an extra, I don't think I need that. It's extra output. I think this is from old age when you are fighting with water balancing. I think I can remove that. And I just wanted to add one more, because this rope, by the way, is ethanol. It's a bio rubber. It's from ethanol, and this one is from naphtha. So I probably prefer ethanol, in fact. So let's do that. Let's use more ethanol. Because ethanol is from farms. That's easier to produce than naphtha, given our goal for safe sustainability. And in fact, we should also start making plastic from ethanol instead of naphtha eventually. Oh, now we have too much sugarcane. Oh, I see. Well, actually, let's use more ethanol. Let's do it right now. I can switch out the entire... I believe sugarcane can be made into... Oh, I have too much biomass. Oh, what's going on? Something is clogged up with biomass. Oh, because of compost. Oh, man. I see. We have too much compost. Well, that's an interesting problem to have. I'm saving up compost for making this all nice and grassy. So I guess now is a good time. Good time to use it all up. Right, this mine tower. Where is its area? I don't even know. Oh, it's here. Now it's here. Interesting. Compost completely clogging up our... Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. I can follow one of these guys. Do a little cinematic convoy of dumping. Very nice. Good thing we have lots of trucks available to do this. And that solved our compost issue. That was quick. They just took like a 3,000 compost in one go. That's a throughput. Yeah. So actually, I built this off stream, by the way. You might not remember. We used to put all the biomass and animal feed into the boilers here. They're actually paused already, and burn it for steam and exhaust. And I was thinking, why don't we, instead of making exhaust, which is pollution, let's stop doing pollution and just do compost instead. And I was planning to actually use compost to make a fertilizer eventually, so I can remind myself. Fertilizers made in mixer. I'm not remembering exactly. Yes, right. So it's just compost and water. So eventually, once I don't need to dump any grass, I will use up. I should put an alert on this one. Right. So eventually, you're gonna make fertilizer from this compost. So that's much better than burning it, I think. Because burning the extra little steam, I'm not very interested in that. I'm more interested in less pollution and more useful things. So I recommend, if you have access of all those products, I use it for good. Now, just to get rid of this backup, I will do a few more mixers here. They take quite a bit of time. It's not a big throughput, so just to unstuck our production. And talking about, yes, now our sugarcane is bottleneck. So I'm quickly gonna switch up our plastic to ethanol. Why not? We're already using ethanol right here for rubber. And I wonder, maybe we can switch the rest as well, just to have fully naphtha free. All right, so where is... It's right here. It's so convenient. You can just do this. All right, please. Just that. That's it. Maybe upgrade this pipe. Comes from, yes. Is this tier 3 already? Yes. So now once this pipe naphtha runs out, ethanol should stream in. And here we just enable both recipes. That's the easiest way to do it. And that's it. We just switched our plastic from naphtha to ethanol. I just need to make sure now that I have enough ethanol production, which was stuck because of the biomass. I think we're gonna have enough. Maybe I can add. The thing is, I know this particular one has not enough space even. I can do one more easily. Is it beginning to look too complicated for me? Nah, it's fine. But I mean, it's interesting how in endgame, kind of any product can propagate and kind of screw things over, right? I mean, just simple compost meant that my entire food production could be stalled, which is interesting. That kind of the more and more the products get intertwined, then more and more things can kind of ruin it. And in a certain way, you can make something kind of fail safe. So if I were to, maybe what I should do, in fact, is when having a priority splitter, and if it's full, actually do send it to the boilers, right? And in that case, if this is full, it will never result in such a catastrophic failure. Right? I could do that, in fact. I don't think that would be that hard. I have it, I think it was right here, right? So if I delete this, and I have a flat sorter, I can't even fit it here. Maybe here? This a reasonable place? Right. And then this one, oh, this was not too reasonable. But, okay, it's a little bit of crammed in here. Everything is crammed. Well, here we can certainly continue to the boilers, right? Which we... I believe I still have the belt somewhere here. I think it's this belt, yes. This is the overflow belt. And now the non-overflow belt. I think I'll just have to remove this one. Clear up a little entrance. Just like that. And then reconnect this back up here. It's a little not as beautiful as before, but now we prioritize down. So everything goes to our digester first, and if that for some reason is clogged up, we will go to our boilers, which I can unpause. I guess some more people working here. Maybe we can have two paused, two unpaused. They have big throughput. The boilers compared to the mixers have huge throughput, right? They have 108. This one has only 24. So we can burn it into, exhaust and all that, all the good jazz. So now we should never have this problem again, hopefully. I guess we have lots of animal feed, excess animal feed that we are making from excess corn and excess everything. So maybe this was a good move to make backup boilers. Now, I was looking at ethanol, and by making plastic out of ethanol, I'm pretty sure we are gonna run out. Do I need to mine more space here? That's a very interesting proposition. I never thought this would be a thing. Maybe we do. Make some retaining walls. Yeah, the biodiesel thing, I don't think it's gonna be ever a thing. We're not gonna use diesel anymore. So I can probably cut it for now. I mean, for now, forever, probably. And now, maybe we should do the whole thing. This little ramp here is not very useful for anything, really. So just make a big retaining wall. Yeah, similar to what I've done here, right? And then a little corner, which I admit is really hard to see which way the corner is. But I think it's this way, but one lower. Yep. And that's this. And then here we can do exactly the same thing as we did here. Even with the corner, which we can... I guess we have to flip the corner eventually. Actually, how the designations... It depends on designations how they kind of line up. I was maybe acting... Oh, this was perfect. I was lucky. Here, they line up this way. You can do one here, and then we have to start going down. Just like that. And a corner. This way. And I will just Unity build those. I still have lots of Unity. Sometimes I build barriers like this and I forget to build them, and then they start mining and everything collapses. That happened to me a couple times. Alright, so we need our crew. Do we have some kind of a crew? Well, first of all, this is inaccessible to excavators, which we can just maybe put a little ramp. Is this gonna work? Oh, probably not. Okay. It won't work because they cannot turn in. Oh dear, where can we put a... Thing has to be here. We just need to make it work with those pipes a little better. Has to be here. Oh, I had no snapping on. That did not snap. Then here. And here's gonna be just like that. All right, now they have access. Let's make tower right here. Do we have any? Oh yes, we have plenty of idle excavators, actually. Let's just do some quick job here. Well, first of all, start here. Then we can expand. Oh, our ethanol is very quickly disappearing. I wonder if it's... I think it's the fermentation tanks that are the bottleneck. Because we have actually corn mash. We can use corn as well to make ethanol. So... Oh, maybe not that many. Wait a second. We will need... It's not that easy, right? We need this entire block to make it work properly, I think. And... Do we have a blueprint from JD for this? JD food processor. Sugar ethanol. Yes. How nice is that? Is this the right thing? I think so. And we have no space for that. Alright. Well, I guess excavators needs to do this. What's more, somebody's asking question, what's more efficient, whether ethanol or whether sugar or corn? That's a good question. I think that's probably, I'll leave that up to you to compute. It's interesting that it's not that easy to compute because I believe corn has more water demanding for farms. Do we have farm with corn here, corn and wheat, right? So you produce a little bit of more corn per 60. However, I believe that, yes, corn takes way more water than wheat. And I believe more fertility as well. So it's more water, more fertilizer. And then once you are at the production, 12 corn gives you 9 mash, which is half ethanol. Then 15 sugar gives you 12, 15 sugar cane gives you 12 sugar. And then 12 sugar gives you 9. So from 15, you're gonna make 9 ethanol from sugar cane. 15 to 9, that's a little better than 2 to 1. And then from corn, you make 9 mash, and from 9 mash, you make 4.5, right? So it's from 12 to 4.5. So I think from this, like a quick math, I would say probably wheat is, sorry, corn. No, corn. Sorry, sugar cane, right? Because sugar cane goes from 15 to 9, whereas corn goes from 12 to 4.5. Yeah, I feel that sugar cane is better for ethanol. And the corn is, I use the corn as a kind of extra. Like if you have excess corn, better to make it into ethanol than to dispose it. So it's kind of a backup system. But it's not, I think it's not also clear because, you know, you're going to get a little bit of extra animal feed from corn, which we need for chickens that we produce. So it's not, because sugarcane does not produce it produces biomass. But biomass is not that's interesting. Biomass is just compost. This is a little bit of animal feed as an excess. So that's a little bonus from corn. It has pros and cons. If you purely go on quantity, I probably think that sugar is better. But also then you need more processing factories, right? You need this extra step, which takes 8 people, whereas the corn mash just takes 5 people. So I think processing sugar probably takes more people. Where's our excavators? Oh my god, they're coming from far. Where are you guys coming from? Anyhow. Yeah, so it's definitely not a clear cut. And I think I'll probably focus on the sugarcane and the corn as a little extra thing. By the way, do we even use nitrogen here? We don't. Can we pipe in oxygen from... We should pipe in oxygen from our FBR because we are definitely not using up oxygen. We will never use up enough oxygen. But that's far, far, far. Yeah, for eventually, maybe. It would be nice thing for the future. Alright. This one is the iron ore mine. Has nothing to do. Well, keep digging. Alright. We don't have... Our new tree harvester is not assigned. No assigned trucks. Let's give him 2 trucks. Yep, we are officially out of wood. Mostly. I think our coal drained. That's alright. We will... I think our forests are big enough. I think we just need more harvesters. So that's what it is. Yeah, too much sugar. That's a good thing. I would like to use more sugar. Except we need more space. Well, we are slowly reaching our time for this episode, so maybe I can wait a little bit longer to see these guys rip through the terrain, and we can build a little bit of extension. I believe with this amount of excavators it should take a few minutes. to give us one space for one more slot. So, because I don't want to forget until next episode that we wanted to expand the ethanol because it is running out quickly. I maybe underestimated how much ethanol plastic will use. However, that means less naphtha, which means I think we might need to retire our refinery if we will use... So it could be one thing to save our refinery from being completely obsolete, and that is this contract. You can get gold. For gold, you buy crude oil, and then you can refine it into diesel and sell that for gold. So that's an interesting... That's an interesting thing to consider, right? You can have like a loop, because you can basically use your refinery to, get as much use as you can from crude oil, which I think you can get pretty much 1-to-1, a little bit less than 1-to-1, but you can get a lot. This will yield extra, I don't know, 80 gold, kind of like a bonus. Plus you have sour water for sulfur and all that good jazz. Or talking about ethanol and biodiesel, we could actually make diesel from farms, biodiesel, and just sell that to gold and don't worry about the crude oil at all. That's an option. And in fact, if we establish this contract for gold, we can use up our remaining supplies of crude oil in our crater to actually get some extra gold. Which is quite interesting, right? Because we are getting gold directly, which means we don't need to get gold ore, which, by the way, the only way to get is Slag servers, which is fine. We have server factories. But if we skip the whole gold production, we can remove our gold factory completely, and instead gold factory having a biodiesel factory, which I just destroyed one here, right? We had just this one little thing was here. I just removed it, but we can reestablish, and basically cooking oil and ethanol gives diesel. So that could be an interesting thing to do next time, maybe, to establish that little contract. That's the more and more I'm looking at it, the more like the diesel for gold, because diesel we can make more of anyway. In the worst case, we can even get crude oil from food packs. Food packs, by the way, is a special product for trading, which you can make basically using just farm products, which is also kind of renewable, right? You can meat and snack and stuff, you can make all that. Maybe that's more efficient than biodiesel, I'm not sure. And biodiesel is certainly expensive to make. Meat, salt water, that's all kind of free. Bread, that's all just flour, that's also kind of free. And snacks, a little bit of plastic, all right, and cooking oil. That seems to be fairly reasonable for crude oil. This could be a backup. You could actually have this biodiesel kind of overflow. If you have extra products, we can just make biodiesel, and if it's not enough, we can supply with this second contract a little more. That could be interesting. Even though it costs 2 ships, so 2 ships cost unity, so it's always something to consider. Right, these guys are done. Let me just place it down. It was the ethanol blueprint. And just like that, we increased our ethanol production by 50%, which hopefully should be enough. I can totally see that sugar is not keeping up. It's all using corn mash. Definitely need more sugar. Especially because I'm full. Sugar. You might need a second row actually of the sugar, which maybe for next time I can prepare, maybe kind of mirror it. Do this. Just do it on the other side, a second row of sugar. So I think we need more than what we can fit here. Maybe 2 or 3. I don't think that's enough. So that's going to be all for next time. So this would be a great time to finish for today. We've established 2 contracts and sulfur mine. One contract is trading slag for sour water, basically getting rid of slag. Second contract is here trading coal for quartz, which is basically a sand, which works very well as well. We can retire our sand mines, which are desperately in need of retirement. And then the sulfur. And we still have plus 10 unity to play with, so definitely there's plenty here to do. All right. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining in. I'll probably be here next week again to continue with this contract madness, and hopefully we can establish the main contracts for iron ore and copper ore. That's the ones I'm the most important for our factory. Captain Boba, still here, sleeping, doing well. So thanks again, and I'll see you next week. Bye.